Today in the studio we have Zach Smith and Ethan Saylor going to teach us some basic rules and facts about Middle Eastern soccer.
In the Middle East there are two soccer leagues, the women's soccer league and the male soccer team. The women's soccer team has to take a test to determine whether they are male or female, because some males would want to cheat and be in women so it's easier to play.
In 1970, football was organized on a regional basis across Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is placed 101st on the FIFA World Ranking. The most scoring player ever to play on Saudi Arabian football team was Mahed Abdullah with 71 goals in his season, and he played from 1978 to 1994.
Iraq in 2007 won the AFC Asian Cup Championship. Over the past several years, soccer fields through the Middle East and North Africa became battlegrounds for political, gender, and labor rights, as well as issues of national, ideological, and ethnic identity.
How many times do you think that Turkey has qualified for the World Cup finals?
Maybe 2 times?
That's wrong, Zach. You're really close, though. It's actually 3 times, and they did that in 1950, 1954, and 2002, although they withdrew and didn't play for the 1950 event.
Do you know anything else they qualified for?
They did qualify for the UEFA European Championship in 1996, 2000, and 2008. They have reached the semifinals of 3 major tournaments: the 2002 World Cup, the 2003 Confederations Cup, and the Euro 2008. Today we have a very special guest. Zach, tell us about him.
His name is Mahed Abdullah, the leading scorer on the Saudi Arabian soccer team. And now the leading scorer on the Saudi Arabian soccer team, Mahed Abdullah. So Mahed, tell me about yourself.
Well, my full name is Mahed Ahmed Abdullah Muhammad. I was born on November 1st, 1959, and I am currently 6 feet 2 inches. I was nicknamed the Arabian Jewel for so many goals that I have ever scored.
How did you first get into soccer?
Well, I got into soccer, or football as we like to call it in our country, because I was neighbors with a football club, and my dad and my friends, they always liked to play football, and so I just started following in their footsteps, and I always loved it, and I always watched older kids and the pros always playing, and I just dreamed of being like them.
So, what are your favorite achievements of how you did in your soccer career?
Well, my favorite achievements are that I qualified in the 1989 FIFA World Cup, the 1984 and the 1988 Asian World Cup, and I was the top scorer 6 times in a row. And I was also Arabian Player of the Century, so that's, I would say, what my favorite achievements ever are.
Mahed, what leagues did you play in before MLS, Major League Soccer?
Well, in August 1977, I made my first appearance in the under-17 team, and I was chosen to play on the Saudi Arabian team, and I scored 7 goals in only 3 matches when I was 17, and when I was 18, I was asked to join the Senior League, which is the league before the MLS, and this was definitely my second favorite. I loved all the leagues, but this one was my second favorite because when I was 18, I scored 2 goals in the first ever match, and that's when I started to get like fans and people knew who I was, and it was my first ever international match, and it was just a good season overall. So I only played about 2 seasons there, and then I got drafted into the MLS.
Pretty good luck. Thank you very much, Mahed.
Thank you.
Do you think we can go out to the field and do some, like, show us how you play and stuff?
Yeah, I'll teach you guys some basic rules and teach you guys how to play.
Thank you.
So I'll see you on the field.
Start off a game, there's a kickoff. A kickoff also happens when someone scores. There are 2 teams on opposite sides of the field, and there's one designated kicker to kick it to the other side. This is what it would look like. A drop ball happens when a play is stopped for a specific reason, like an injury, and the ref takes the ball and drops it in between 2 players to kick it. injury. Oh, oh, oh. Ow, ow. My leg. Oh.
Me, Ethan, here back in the studio. We're talking about little facts of fishing and wrestling. Fishing can be done with no license, as long as you're an amateur. Fishing nets cannot weigh more than 5 kilograms, so that means they cannot be that heavy. Commercial fishing by foreign fishers is a big fine. Wrestling is one of the national sports of Turkey. Turkey has many world champion wrestlers. There's an interesting type of wrestling. It's called oil wrestling in Kingpınar, a city in Turkey. Thanks for watching me and Ethan's live news broadcast featuring Mahed Abdullah.
This is Ethan Saley.
And this is Zach Smith. Thank you very much and have a nice day.